Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 605, we're going to talk about Brokkos, the Apex of Forever. Black, green, and blue. I believe my artifacts tell me this is Sultai. Anyway, Elemental Beast Nightmare. Man, that's three cool creature types that I did absolutely nothing with. Anyway, we got a mutate cost here that is roughly the same number of mana to cast it. So that's kind of cool. It's not more, 6/6 trample, but you may cast Brokkos from your graveyard using its mutate ability. So I kind of wanted... There is a little bit of, the actual other mutate cards in here, but nowhere near as much as some of the other mutate decks I've done. What is this? 8 other mutate cards? Here, I guess since we're talking about it, we'll get into those. This is, these are not really part of the hardcore theme, but just getting the mutate stuff out of the way. Mysterious Egg, if I don't have another target to mutate on, Dirge Bat, Otrimi, Sea Dasher, Bone Lurker, Souvenir Snatcher, Glowstone Recluse, and Gem Razor. So, but as I said, that's not the theme of the deck. But first off, we are dealing with 3 colors, so that means we need a little bit of mana fixing. And we're doing that with, of course, artifacts. We got the Simic Signet and the Golgari Signet, Spectral Searchlight, the Banner, Bonder's Ornament, which kind of does double duty, But then we also have Spell, Ramp, Rampant Growth, Cultivate, Search for Tomorrow, Harrow, Migration Path. But now, let's get into the creatures that we want to mutate Brokkos on top of. Because that way, if we mutate Brokkos on top of these, he has his power and toughness, but their abilities. And I'll be straight honest with you, the very first thing my mind went to was Infect. Because why not? Why settle for 21 commander damage when you can do it in 10, right? So the Blighted Agent is perfect, Infect and unblockable. Flincer might just has Infect and, Lifelink. Plague Stinger, Flying and Infect. Glistener Elf for the 1-drop. Whispering Spectre, Flying and Infect. Blight Mamba, Infect and Regen. Ichor Mirror. So, yeah. And once I got through the Infect things, I was like, well, what else? So I went to the unblockable, like Changeling Outcast. Can't block and can't be blocked. Let's see. The Goodwill Lurker. Can't be blocked. Triton Shore Stalker. So the logic here is, you mutate on top of them and you just have an unblockable 6/6 commander, which is pretty dang sweet. Tormenting Soul. Miscloaked Herald. Slitherblade. And then I was like, okay, what's the next best thing to unblockable? Oh, Shadow, right? So Thalicos Sentry, Dothy Horror, Dothy Slayer, and then stuff like that's almost unblockable. A lot of people play Swamp, so the Bayou Dragonfly has some, Flying and Swamp Walk. Dryad Sophisticate is most of the time unblockable. Non-basic Land Walk, come on. But then I was like, well, Vampire Nighthawk's just a good thing to mutate on top of anyway. Flying Death Touch Lifelink. The Gurmag Swiftwing. Here, we're just paying for the 3 abilities. Flying First Strike Haste, that's beautiful. That's exactly what we want to be mutating on top of. Good old-fashioned Flying Man. Just 1/1 flyer. Shadow Mage Infiltrator. The real Shadow Mage Infiltrator. Mr. Johnny Magic himself. Fear and card draw, you know. Gifted Aetherborn, the Nighthawk that doesn't fly, and here it looks like in Zendikar Rising we're getting a better Nighthawk, because, you know, we all looked at it and thought it needed better stats, right? But then we have Lore Scale Codal, draw a card, put a 1/1 counter on it. That's a decent ability. I mean, even just as a creature by itself, you know. And then our last creature is, of course, Hero's Bane, because it's a monster of a card. I mean, it really, really is. So let's look at some card draw. Oh, Baby Godzilla, I have it in the card draw slot simply because, you know, it does make Mutate cheaper. But in theory, okay, our commander's going to die a lot because we're strapping it to unblockable things or infect things, right? And it's going to die a lot, which is okay, because that's why we maximize it that way, because we can play it from the graveyard. But this way, when we cast it, we can draw a card. I don't know, it's not really a thing, but it kind of is a thing. Coastal Piracy, there again. We do have a lot of creatures, and a lot of them are unblockable, and they're just onesies here and there, but might as well draw cards off of them, right? Urban Evolution, I count as more card draw than ramp, because you're guaranteed the 3 cards. You are not guaranteed to draw a land and be able to play it. Return of the Wildspeaker. In this deck, it's probably 5 mana for 6 cards. I mean, it's just kind of the way it is. And Future Sight. I know not a lot of people love Future Sight, but I do. It's one of my favorites. It's not card draw, but you have access to more cards. And that's never a bad thing, right? What is this? Oh, this is my other stack. Okay, Sultai Charm. I mean, 3 different... Why is everything looking crooked? There we go. Shadow Rift. Now, I like Shadow Rift because it doesn't cost you a card. It's a 1-mana cantrip, and if you don't have your commander strapped to a shadow creature, like maybe if it's an infect creature, hey, you can give it shadow to end of turn, and yeah. But there are times when, you know, it's just 6/6, it won't be big enough. Colossification in a deck full of infect creatures, I kind of like, I'm not going to lie. I am kind of missing the boat on trample strategies, but I didn't want to take too many slots for that, because most of it, the idea is unblockability. Tainted Strike is another good one. You know, the flip side of that, giving infect to something with shadow. Dolmen Gate. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures you control. Oh, okay. And then Mythos of Brokkos, which is almost has like a sing-song rhyme to it. We got a little bit of removal in Naturalize, Return to Nature, some Terror, Putrefy, little bit of counter magic, not a lot, you know, just negate and rewind, that's it. Enough to, you know, try to hold it and keep that rift from resolving. But then Parasitic Impetus and the Psychic Impetus is rounds out the removal. Now we have non-basic lands aplenty. You know, of course, Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Temple of Mystery, Temple of Malady, Simic Seagate, Dimir Aqueduct, Rogue's Passage. I know I run this in like a lot of decks, but it like really belongs in this deck, right? Evolving Wilds, Thornwood Falls, Woodland Stream, Simic Growth Chamber, Golgari Rot Farm, Jungle Hollow, Dimir Guildgate, Golgari Guildgate, Dismal Backwater, and the Transguild Promenade. And that's it for Brokkos, besides, you know, a few basic lands. I don't think I've actually got to play this one yet. Although it kind of looks like I did shuffle it up because I had to sort out like all the lands and stuff. But Oh, that's right. I gotta put it down so we can see it on the wall. Is there a way? Can I? That's a little better. So 605, Mr. Brokkos is done on the wall. Super excited today. I get to go pick my son up from, he gets back. He's been on training. Hadn't seen him in months, so super excited about it. Let's see, who's next? I believe next we're looking at Mono Red Yadaro, so that'll be cool. I hope everybody's enjoying the Zendikar spoilers. I know I am. We've gotten, my guess, just putting it out there, I'm guessing somewhere around 20 legends. That's my guess. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't matter. I'll build however many they print. So anyway, I appreciate y'all for watching, and thank you very much. Y'all have a good day. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.